Hey there, everyone. Before we jump in, it's a fun idea if you tell us where you're from in the comments. Thanks. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Now let's get settled and begin. I crouch behind the bushes, heart pounding in my chest. I watch as Sarah kisses Mark goodbye, their lips lingering far too long. She smiles, gets into her car, and drives away. The betrayal stings like a fresh wound. My fingers tighten around the cold metal of the revolver in my pocket. I flick the safety on and off, contemplating what to do next. Mark saunters away, oblivious to my presence. He's heading toward the nearest store, probably to buy some groceries. I follow him, keeping a safe distance. My mind races with thoughts of revenge. The pain of Sarah's infidelity cuts deep, but I need to stay calm. I need a plan. Inside the store, I watch Mark from behind a display of cereal boxes. He chats with the cashier, a pretty young girl with a bright smile. "My chick worked hard today, so I need to replenish my protein loss," he says, smirking. The cashier giggles, oblivious to the filth he's spewing. My stomach churns. This is the man who's been sleeping with my wife. I take a deep breath, trying to steady myself. I can't confront him here. Not yet. As I trail him through the aisles, memories flood my mind. Sarah and I used to be happy. We had a perfect life. I was the successful husband, she, the loving wife. We were the couple everyone envied. But then things changed. I noticed the late-night texts, the secretive phone calls. At first, I didn't want to believe it, but the signs were all there. Sarah, with her flowing blonde hair and piercing blue eyes, was the epitome of beauty. She could have any man she wanted. I never thought she'd stray. But Mark, with his chiseled jaw and confident swagger, was irresistible to her, I guess. They had chemistry, a spark that I hadn't seen in years. I remember the night I found out for sure. I had come home early from a business trip. Sarah didn't expect me. I walked into our bedroom and there they were, tangled in our sheets, lost in their own world. The images burned into my mind. I shake my head trying to focus. Mark is at the checkout now, paying for his groceries. He laughs with the cashier again, making some crude joke. I grit my teeth and look away. My blood boils. I want to make him pay. I want to make them both pay. But I can't be hasty. I need to gather more evidence. I need to plan this carefully. I follow Mark out of the store, keeping my distance. He loads his groceries into his car and drives off. I watch him go, memorizing his license plate. Back at home, I sit in the dark, replaying the day's events. The rage simmers beneath the surface, but I keep it under control. I think about Sarah, about the woman I thought I knew. I think about our life together, and how it's all been a lie. Everything seemed ordinary until now, but this affair has changed everything. I can't let them get away with it. They think they're smart, but I'll show them who's really in control. The night I found out for sure was the beginning of my nightmare. I had returned early from a business trip, eager to surprise Sarah. I remember walking into the house, everything quiet, too quiet. The air felt thick with something I couldn't quite place. I climbed the stairs, my heart pounding with excitement, ready to see her face light up. But when I opened the bedroom door, my world shattered. There they were, Sarah and Mark, tangled in our sheets. Her moans of pleasure echoed in my ears. They didn't notice me at first. I stood there frozen, the image searing into my brain. When she saw me, her face twisted from ecstasy to horror. Mark scrambled out of bed, grabbing his clothes. I didn't say a word. I just turned and walked out. That night I didn't sleep. I sat in the living room, the revolver in my lap, and thought about everything. Sarah tried to talk to me, to explain, but I couldn't listen. All I could think about was how they betrayed me. The woman I loved, the life we built together, all torn apart. The next morning, Sarah was gone. She left a note saying she needed time to think. I crumpled it and threw it away. I knew I needed to act. I needed to make them pay for what they did. I hire a private investigator, John, to gather evidence. He's good, discreet, and expensive. But I don't care about the cost. I need proof, something concrete to confront them with. John follows Sarah and Mark, takes photos, records conversations. He uncovers details I never wanted to know. The affair isn't new. It's been going on for months, maybe longer. I spend my days at work, pretending everything is fine. I can't let anyone see the turmoil inside me. My colleagues notice I'm quieter, more withdrawn, but they don't pry. I keep my anger bottled up, planning my next move. One evening, John hands me a folder. Inside are pictures of Sarah and Mark, laughing together, kissing, holding hands. Each photo is a knife in my heart. I stare at them, the rage boiling up. This is enough, John says. You can confront them now. But I'm not ready. I need more. I need to destroy them, not just expose them. I start to follow Sarah myself, tracking her movements, listening to her phone calls. I discover they have plans beyond just the affair. They're planning to run away together, to take my money and start a new life. The betrayal deepens. They think they've outsmarted me, but I'm always one step ahead. I hack into Sarah's email, her social media. I find messages, plans, and fantasies about a life without me. They're going to leave me with nothing, but I won't let that happen. I confront Sarah indirectly, testing her loyalty. I suggest a romantic getaway, just the two of us, to rekindle our marriage. She hesitates, making excuses about work, about her friends needing her. I see through her lies. She's planning her escape with Mark. I start to plant seeds of doubt in her mind. I tell her I've been feeling watched and that someone's following me. She brushes it off, but I see the flicker of fear in her eyes. I want her to feel as paranoid and helpless as I do. One night, Sarah comes home late, smelling of Mark's cologne. She tries to slip into bed quietly, but I'm awake. Where were you? I ask, my voice cold. Out with friends. She lies, not meeting my eyes. I know she's lying, but I say nothing. Let her dig her own grave. Mark's arrogance is his downfall. He starts calling the house, leaving messages on our voicemail. He taunts me, thinking I'm clueless. Can't wait to see you again, babe, he says in one message. Hope the old man doesn't suspect a thing. I save the recordings, adding them to my growing pile of evidence. I decide it's time to act. I start spreading rumors at work, subtle hints about Sarah's fidelity. Our friends begin to whisper. Our social circle starts to crack. Sarah senses something is wrong, but she's too wrapped up in Mark to see the full picture. I invite Mark over for a drink, pretending to be friendly, pretending to be oblivious. He accepts, smug and confident. We sit in the living room, the same room where I've plotted his downfall. I hear you've been seeing a lot of Sarah, I say casually. Mark smirks. She's a great woman. You're lucky to have her. His words are laced with mockery, but I keep my cool. Yeah, I reply. Lucky. I bring out the revolver, placing it on the table between us. Mark's eyes widen, but he tries to stay composed. What's that for? He asks, his voice shaky. Protection, I say, leaning back in my chair. You can't be too careful these days. Mark leaves soon after, clearly rattled. I watch him go, satisfaction creeping in. The seeds of doubt are planted. He knows I'm onto him, but he doesn't know how much I know. Sarah confronts me the next day. Why did you invite Mark over? She demands, her eyes flashing with anger. Just wanted to get to know the man who's been spending so much time with my wife. I reply coolly. Is that a crime? She sputters, trying to find words. You're paranoid, she finally says. There's nothing going on. I laugh, a bitter, hollow sound. Don't lie to me, Sarah. I know everything. Her face pales, the reality of her situation sinking in. What are you going to do? She whispers, fear in her voice. You'll see, I say, turning away. You'll see. The next few days are tense. Sarah is on edge, jumping at every sound, glancing over her shoulder. Mark is less cocky, more cautious. They know I'm watching, but they don't know my plan. I've got them right where I want them. One night, I follow Mark to a secluded spot where he meets another woman. He's cheating on Sarah, too. The irony isn't lost on me. I take pictures, adding them to my collection. This is my ace in the hole, my final piece of the puzzle. I arrange a meeting with both of them. We sit in our living room, the tension thick in the air. I know about the affair, I start, watching their reactions. Sarah's eyes fill with tears. Mark shifts uncomfortably. I have proof, I continue, throwing the folder on the table. They look through the photos, the messages, the recordings. Sarah sobs, Mark clenches his fists. You think you're smart, I say, my voice cold, but I've outsmarted you both. Sarah pleads for forgiveness, saying it was a mistake, that she loves me. I laugh, the sound harsh. Love? This isn't love, Sarah. This is betrayal. Mark tries to speak to justify his actions, but I cut him off. Save it. I don't want to hear your excuses. You both plan to destroy me, to take everything. But now, I'm taking control. I lay out my demands. Sarah will leave quietly, without a fight. She won't get a dime from me. Mark will disappear from our lives, or I'll ruin him with the evidence I've gathered. They're trapped, no way out. The next morning, Sarah packs her things, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry, she whispers as she leaves. I say nothing, watching her go. Mark skips town, trying to avoid the fallout. But I'm not done yet. I go to the police with the evidence, ensuring Mark faces legal consequences. He's arrested for various crimes, his reputation destroyed. Sarah tries to rebuild her life, but the scandal follows her. She's ostracized, alone, paying the price for her betrayal. I begin to restore my life slowly. The pain is still there, but it's dulled by the satisfaction of revenge. I know it's not over, that there's more to come. But for now, I've won. They thought they were smart, but I outsmarted them, and I'll make sure they never forget it. The days following Sarah's departure are a blur of anger and satisfaction. My plan is working, but the fight isn't over. Mark is behind bars, but his lawyer is good. Too good. There's a trial coming, and I need to be prepared. I need to ensure he pays for everything he's done. I spend hours with my private investigator, John. We go over every detail, every piece of evidence. This has to stick, I tell him, my voice tight with determination. He can't get away with this. John nods, his expression serious. Don't worry, we've got him. But I can't shake the feeling that something is going to go wrong. Sarah's betrayal runs deep, and I know she's still in contact with Mark. I need more leverage, something to tip the scales in my favor. I start digging through old emails, looking for anything that might help. Late one night, I find it, an email from Sarah to Mark, discussing their plans in explicit detail. They talk about the money, the getaway, even what they'll do once they're free of me. It's sickening, but it's exactly what I need. I print it out, adding it to my growing pile of evidence. The tension builds as the trial date approaches. I can feel it in every part of my life. At work, I'm distracted, my mind always on the upcoming battle. My colleagues notice, but they don't ask questions. They know something's wrong, but they don't pry. One evening, as I'm reviewing my notes, the doorbell rings. It's Sarah. She looks haggard, her eyes red from crying. We need to talk, she says, her voice trembling. I let her in, but I keep my distance. What do you want? I ask, my tone cold. She wrings her hands, struggling to find the words. I'm sorry, she finally says. I never meant for it to go this far. I laugh, a harsh sound that startles her. You didn't mean for it to go this far? You planned to destroy me, Sarah. You and Mark. Now you're sorry? She nods, tears streaming down her face. Yes, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please, can't we find a way to end this? Without the trial? Without ruining everything? I stare at her, incredulous. You think you can just apologize and make it all go away? It's too late for that. She falls to her knees, sobbing. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let this go to trial. It'll ruin both of us. I feel a flicker of pity, but it's quickly drowned out by anger. Get up, I say, my voice firm. You made your bed. Now lie in it. The trial begins and the tension is palpable. Mark sits at the defendant's table, his smug demeanor replaced by a look of desperation. Sarah is there too, a shadow of her former self. I take the stand, recounting everything I've uncovered. The photos, the recordings, the emails. Each piece of evidence is a nail in Mark's coffin. The prosecutor is relentless, tearing apart Mark's defense. His lawyer tries to discredit me, to paint me as a jealous, vengeful husband. But the evidence is too strong. The jury watches intently, their expressions a mix of shock and disgust. During a recess, Sarah approaches me. Please, let's talk, she begs. There's nothing to talk about, I reply, walking away. I can't afford to be swayed by her pleas. Not now. The next day, the prosecutor calls Sarah to the stand. She looks terrified, glancing nervously at Mark. Do you swear to tell the truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth? The bailiff asks. She nods, her voice barely a whisper. I do. The questioning begins and Sarah's facade crumbles. She admits to the affair, to the plans to take my money and run. Her confession is damning, and I see the jury's expressions harden. Mark's lawyer tries to salvage the situation, but it's clear the damage is done. That evening, I sit alone in my house, the silence oppressive. The trial is taking its toll on me. I can't eat, I can't sleep. My mind is a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. But I have to stay strong. I have to see this through to the end. One night, as I'm staring at the ceiling, my phone buzzes. It's a message from an unknown number. Meet me at the park, midnight. My heart races. Is it a trap? But I have to know. I grab my revolver and head out. At the park, I see a figure standing by the fountain. It's John. What's going on? I ask, my voice tense. He looks around nervously. I found something. Something big. He hands me a folder. Inside are more photos, more emails. But these are different. They implicate Mark in a string of other crimes. Fraud, embezzlement, even assault. This changes everything, John says. We can nail him to the wall with this. I feel a surge of hope. Maybe, just maybe, we can finally end this nightmare. The next day in court, the prosecutor presents the new evidence. The courtroom erupts in whispers. Mark's lawyer looks panicked. Mark himself pales, realizing the full extent of his predicament. The jury is visibly shocked, their expressions grim. The trial reaches its climax. The tension is unbearable. I watch as the jury files back into the courtroom, their faces unreadable. Have you reached a verdict? The judge asks. The foreman stands, clearing his throat. We have, Your Honor. The verdict is read, and a wave of relief washes over me. Guilty on all counts. Mark slumps in his seat, defeated. Sarah sobs quietly, her life in ruins. I feel a sense of closure, but it's bittersweet. The victory is hollow, tainted by the cost. In the aftermath, I start to rebuild my life. It's not easy. The pain of betrayal lingers, a constant ache in my chest. But I'm free now, free to start over. I reconnect with old friends, mend broken relationships. I even start dating again, cautiously opening my heart to the possibility of love. One evening, I meet a woman named Lisa. She's smart, kind, and beautiful. We hit it off immediately, and for the first time in a long time, I feel a glimmer of happiness. We take things slow, but there's a connection, a spark that gives me hope. As the months pass, the trial becomes a distant memory. Mark is in prison, Sarah has moved away, and I've started to find peace. But the scars remain. They're a reminder of the pain I endured, the betrayal I survived. And though the journey was hell, I've come out stronger on the other side. Late at night, when the house is quiet, I sometimes think about what happened. I think about the man I was before and the man I am now. I've changed, hardened by the experience. But I'm also wiser, more resilient. I know now that I can face anything, survive anything. And that knowledge is my greatest victory. The next morning, I wake up with a sense of purpose. I have a new job, a new life. I look at myself in the mirror, seeing the determination in my eyes. I'm ready for whatever comes next, because I've learned that no matter how dark the night, the dawn always comes, and with it, a new beginning. As I head out the door, I take one last look at the house that was once my prison. It's just a house now, a place filled with memories, both good and bad. But it no longer defines me. I'm free, and that's all that matters. I get in my car and drive away, leaving the past behind. I'm ready to embrace the future, whatever it holds, because I know I have the strength to face it. I've outsmarted my enemies, made them pay, and now it's time to live my life on my terms. As the sun rises, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, I smile. It's a new day, a new chapter, and I'm ready to write my own story, one where I'm the hero, not the victim. The future is mine, and I'm ready to seize it. The days blur together as the trial drags on. The courtroom is a pressure cooker of tension and hostility. Mark's defense is fierce, but the evidence is overwhelming. I sit in the witness box, recounting every painful detail of the betrayal. My voice is steady, but inside I'm a storm of emotions. Mark glares at me from across the room. His eyes are cold, calculating. I can see the wheels turning in his head, searching for a way out. But there is no escape for him now. The prosecutor's relentless questioning peels back the layers of his deception. The jury hangs on every word, their expressions a mix of shock and disgust. During a break, I step outside for air. The courthouse steps are crowded with reporters and onlookers. They buzz with speculation, their cameras flashing. I ignore them, my mind focused on the battle inside. Sarah's nowhere to be seen. She hasn't shown up since her testimony. I wonder where she is, what she's thinking. John finds me on the steps, a grim look on his face. "We're almost there," he says, clapping a hand on my shoulder. "Just a little longer." I nod, appreciating his support. He's been a rock through this ordeal, helping me stay grounded. Back inside, the trial reaches a fever pitch. The prosecutor calls the final witness, a forensic accountant who exposes Mark's financial crimes. The details are damning: embezzlement, fraud, money laundering. Each revelation is a nail in his coffin. Mark's lawyer tries to object, but the judge overrules him. The courtroom is electric with tension. I watch Mark's face as the truth unravels around him. His smug confidence is gone, replaced by desperation. He knows he's finished. The jury sees it too. They exchange glances, silently reaching a consensus. In the final moments, the prosecutor delivers a powerful closing argument. He paints a vivid picture of Mark's greed and betrayal, urging the jury to deliver justice. I feel a surge of hope. This is it. The end game. The jury deliberates for hours, but it feels like days. I pace the halls, my nerves frayed. When the bailiff finally calls us back in, my heart pounds in my chest. We file into the courtroom, everyone on edge. The foreman stands, clearing his throat. We find the defendant, Mark Thompson, guilty on all counts. The words hit me like a wave. Relief, vindication, a sense of closure. Mark slumps in his seat, defeated. The judge thanks the jury and dismisses them. It's over. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm me. Microphones thrust in my face, questions shouted over each other. I answer a few, my words measured. "Justice has been served," I say, feeling the weight lift from my shoulders. Now it's time to move on. Days later, I'm back at home, trying to piece my life together. The trial is over, but the fallout continues. Friends and family reach out, offering support. It's comforting, but the scars run deep. I know it will take time to heal. One evening, Lisa comes over. We sit on the couch, the warmth of her presence soothing my frayed nerves. "How are you holding up?" she asks, her voice gentle. I sigh, leaning back. "It's been hard," I admit, "but I'm getting there." She takes my hand, her touch comforting. "You've been through hell, but you're stronger for it." Her words are a balm to my soul. I pull her closer, feeling the connection between us deepen. Our lips meet, the kiss soft and tender. It's a reminder of what's possible, a glimpse of a future free from the past. The days turn into weeks, and slowly, life begins to return to a semblance of normalcy. I throw myself into work, finding solace in the routine. Lisa becomes a constant in my life, her presence a beacon of hope. We spend more time together, exploring the budding relationship. It's new, fragile, but promising. One night as we sit by the fire, she looks at me with a seriousness I haven't seen before. "You need to let go of the past," she says softly. "Mark and Sarah can't hurt you anymore. It's time to live for yourself." Her words strike a chord. I know she's right, but it's easier said than done. I take her advice to heart, though. I start seeing a therapist, working through the lingering pain and anger. The sessions are tough, forcing me to confront my demons. But with each visit, I feel a little lighter, a little more at peace. Lisa and I grow closer, our bond strengthening with each passing day. We talk about the future, about possibilities. It's scary, but exciting. For the first time in a long time, I feel hopeful. I can see a life beyond the pain, a life filled with love and happiness. One afternoon, as I'm sorting through old papers, I come across a letter from Sarah. It's dated a few weeks after the trial. My hands tremble as I open it, unsure of what to expect. Her words are heartfelt, filled with regret and apologies. She's moved away, started over. She wishes me well, hopes I can find it in my heart to forgive her. I fold the letter and put it away. Forgiveness will come in time, but I'm not there yet. For now, I focus on the present, on building a future with Lisa. We take a trip together, a getaway to the mountains. It's beautiful, serene, a perfect escape. One night, as we sit on the porch, watching the stars, she turns to me. "I love you," she says, her eyes shining with sincerity. My heart swells, the words filling a void I didn't know was there. "I love you too," I reply, meaning it with every fiber of my being. The next morning, we wake up early and go for a hike. The air is crisp, the sun just starting to rise. We reach a clearing, the view breathtaking. Lisa takes my hand, and we stand there soaking in the moment. It's perfect, a symbol of the new life we're building together. As we head back to the cabin, I feel a sense of contentment I haven't felt in years. The past is behind me, a chapter closed. The future is wide open, filled with endless possibilities. And for the first time in a long time, I'm excited to see what it holds. Back home, life settles into a comfortable rhythm. Work is going well, and Lisa and I continue to grow closer. We talk about moving in together, taking the next step. It's a big decision, but one that feels right. I'm ready to move forward, to embrace the future. One evening, as we're having dinner, Lisa looks at me with a twinkle in her eye. "I have a surprise for you," she says, her voice teasing. I raise an eyebrow, curious. "Oh, what is it?" She smiles, reaching into her bag and pulling out 2 tickets. "We're going on a trip," she announces, "just the 2 of us." The tickets are for a beach resort, a place I've always wanted to visit. I'm touched by her thoughtfulness, excited for the adventure. "This is amazing," I say, pulling her into a hug. "Thank you." The trip is everything I hoped for and more. We spend our days lounging on the beach, exploring the local sites, and just enjoying each other's company. It's a chance to reconnect, to strengthen our bond. By the time we return home, I feel rejuvenated, ready to take on whatever comes next. Life isn't perfect, but it's good. The scars of the past remain, but they no longer define me. I've faced my demons, fought my battles, and come out stronger. And with Lisa by my side, I know I can handle anything. As we move forward, I keep the lessons I've learned close to my heart. Trust is fragile, and once broken, it takes time to rebuild. But it's possible, with patience and love. And that's what I have now, a future filled with hope and love. The journey has been long and painful, but I've come out the other side, stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next. With Lisa, I've found a new beginning, a new chapter, and I'm ready to embrace it, to live my life to the fullest. The future is bright, and I'm excited to see where it takes me. Life post-trial is an exercise in reconstruction. I've laid the foundation, but now I need to rebuild. Each day is a step forward, and with Lisa by my side, the path seems less daunting. We spend weekends exploring the city, finding little cafes and hidden parks. Our conversations flow easily, filled with laughter and shared dreams. One morning, Lisa surprises me with an idea. "Why don't we start looking for a place together?" she suggests, her eyes bright with excitement. The thought fills me with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. "Are we ready for that?" I ask, needing reassurance. She takes my hand, squeezing it gently. "I think we are. We've both been through so much. It's time to create something new, together." Her words resonate deeply. I nod, a smile forming. "Let's do it." We start our search, visiting various apartments and houses. Each place has potential, but none feel quite right. Then we find it, a cozy townhouse on a quiet street with a small garden in the back. The moment we step inside, I feel a sense of belonging. "This is it," I say, and Lisa's smile tells me she feels the same. Moving in together is a whirlwind of packing and unpacking, but it's also a process of blending our lives. We spend late nights arranging furniture, deciding on decor, and talking about the future. There's a sense of unity in our actions, a shared vision taking shape. One evening, after a long day of moving boxes, we collapse on the couch. Lisa rests her head on my shoulder, and I feel a wave of contentment. "We're really doing this," I say, almost in disbelief. She looks up at me, her eyes sparkling. "Yes, we are, and it's going to be amazing." As we settle into our new home, I focus on rebuilding my career. The trial took its toll, but I'm determined to get back on track. I throw myself into my work, taking on challenging projects and pushing myself to excel. My colleagues notice the change, offering support and encouragement. It feels good to be productive, to contribute. Lisa's my rock during this time, her unwavering belief in me a constant source of strength. We support each other, celebrating small victories and comforting each other through setbacks. Our bond grows stronger, our love deeper. One night as we're preparing dinner, she brings up an idea. What if we took a trip? Just the two of us somewhere far away. I pause, considering it. The thought of an adventure, of escaping our routines is enticing. Where do you want to go? I ask. She grins, her excitement infectious. How about Europe? We could explore different cities, experience new cultures. The idea sparks something in me. Let's do it, I say, feeling a surge of excitement. We spend the next few weeks planning our trip, researching destinations, and mapping out our itinerary. It's a welcome distraction, a chance to focus on something positive. The anticipation builds, and when the day finally arrives, we're both buzzing with excitement. Our journey takes us through the bustling streets of Paris, the historic landmarks of Rome, and the scenic landscapes of Switzerland. Each place offers new experiences, new memories. We taste exotic foods, explore ancient ruins, and lose ourselves in the romance of each city. One night, in a quaint little restaurant in Florence, Lisa looks at me with a serious expression. There's something I need to tell you, she says, her voice soft. My heart skips a beat. What is it? I ask, bracing myself. She takes a deep breath. I'm pregnant. The words hit me like a bolt of lightning. My mind races, processing the information. Then a smile spreads across my face. That's amazing, I say, pulling her into a hug. She laughs, a sound filled with joy and relief. I was so nervous to tell you. We spend the rest of the evening talking about the future, about the life we're going to build. There's a sense of excitement, but also a recognition of the responsibility ahead. We're ready for it, ready to face it together. Returning home, we start preparing for the baby. Our days are filled with doctor's appointments, baby shopping, and setting up the nursery. It's a hectic, chaotic time, but also one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. Each step brings us closer, strengthens our bond. Lisa's pregnancy is a journey in itself, filled with ups and downs. There are moments of joy, like feeling the baby kick for the first time, and moments of anxiety, like waiting for test results. Through it all, we support each other, finding strength in our partnership. As the due date approaches, the reality of becoming parents sets in. We attend birthing classes, read parenting books, and talk to friends with children. It's a lot to take in, but we're determined to be prepared. One night, as we're lying in bed, Lisa turns to me. Are you scared? She asks, her voice barely above a whisper. I nod, feeling the weight of the responsibility. Terrified, I admit, but also excited. We're going to be great parents. The day finally arrives, and it's a whirlwind of emotions. The labor is long and intense, but Lisa is incredible. Her strength and resilience awe-inspiring. I'm by her side the whole time, holding her hand, offering words of encouragement. When our baby girl is finally born, the world shifts. Holding her for the first time, I feel a love so profound, it takes my breath away. She's perfect, a symbol of our journey, of the new life we've created. In the weeks that follow, we navigate the challenges of parenthood together. The sleepless nights, the endless feedings, the constant worry. It's exhausting, but also the most fulfilling experience of my life. Each day brings new joys, new milestones. Our little girl grows quickly, her personality shining through. She's curious, playful, and full of energy. Watching her discover the world is a reminder of the beauty in life's simple moments. It's a gift, a source of endless joy. Through it all, Lisa and I grow closer, our bond unbreakable. We support each other, sharing the responsibilities, celebrating the victories, and comforting each other through the challenges. Our love is a constant, a foundation on which we build our lives. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, watching the sunset, I reflect on the journey. The pain and betrayal, the struggle and triumph. It's been a long road, but one that's led to this moment. I look at Lisa, at our daughter playing in the yard, and feel a deep sense of gratitude. We did it, I say, my voice filled with emotion. Lisa smiles, her eyes shining. Yes, we did. And there's so much more to come. Her words resonate, a promise of the future. As the days turn into months, our life settles into a comfortable rhythm. We face the challenges together, finding strength in our partnership. Our daughter grows, and with her, our love and commitment deepen. It's a journey, a continuous process of growth and discovery. We make plans for the future, dreams of adventures and experiences to share. There's a sense of excitement, of anticipation for what's to come. And through it all, a recognition of the journey we've undertaken, the battles we've fought and won. In the quiet moments, I reflect on the past, the betrayal, the pain, the trial. It's a part of my story, a chapter that shaped me. But it's not the end, it's a beginning, a foundation for the life we're building. With Lisa by my side, I know we can face anything. We've proven our strength, our resilience, and as we move forward, we do so with a sense of purpose, a commitment to each other and to our daughter. The future is bright, filled with endless possibilities. Each day is a gift, a chance to create new memories, to build a life filled with love and happiness. And as we face the future together, I know that no matter what comes, we'll be ready. Because we've faced the darkness and emerged into the light. We've found our strength, our love, and our purpose. And that's a foundation that will carry us through anything. The years have a way of blending together, each one marked by new milestones and challenges. Our daughter Emma grows faster than I can keep up with. Each day brings a new word, a new discovery, a new joy. Lisa and I navigate parenthood like seasoned sailors, our bond stronger than ever. But the past has a way of creeping back in, no matter how hard you try to move on. One evening as I'm putting Emma to bed, my phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. We need to talk. Urgent. My heart skips a beat. Who could this be? I glance at Lisa, who's reading on the couch. She looks up, noticing my expression. Everything okay? She asks, concern in her eyes. I nod, forcing a smile. Just a work thing. I'll handle it. I step outside and dial the number. A familiar voice answers. It's John, my private investigator. We've got a problem, he says, his tone serious. Mark's been released on bail. He's looking for revenge. The news hits me like a punch to the gut. I thought we were done with this, that we could finally move on. How is this possible? I demand, my voice shaking with anger. He was supposed to serve his full sentence. John explains the technicalities, the loopholes that allowed Mark to get out early. It's a bitter pill to swallow. I hang up, my mind racing. I can't let Mark destroy everything I've built, everything I love. I tell Lisa everything. She's shaken, but her resolve is strong. We'll get through this, she says, her eyes fierce. Together. Her strength gives me courage. I know we have to be ready for whatever Mark throws our way. The next few days are tense. I double-check the security system, making sure every door and window is locked tight. I contact the police, informing them of the situation. They promise to keep an eye out, but it's little comfort. One night, as I'm working late in my study, I hear a noise outside. My heart races. I grab the revolver from my drawer and move silently to the window. The backyard is dark, but I can make out a shadowy figure near the fence. Mark. I slip outside, keeping to the shadows. I know you're there, I call out, my voice steady. Show yourself. Mark steps into the light, a cruel smile on his face. Long time no see, he says, his tone mocking. What do you want? I ask, keeping the gun trained on him. He laughs, a cold, empty sound. Revenge, of course. You ruined my life. Now it's my turn. I can see the madness in his eyes, the desperation. You brought this on yourself, I reply, my grip tightening on the gun. Leave my family alone. This ends now. He takes a step closer, and I fire a warning shot into the ground. Next one won't miss, I warn. Mark's smile fades, replaced by a snarl. This isn't over, he hisses, turning and disappearing into the night. I stand there, my heart pounding, the gravity of the situation sinking in. This isn't over, not by a long shot. The next morning, I file a restraining order against Mark. The police increase their patrols around our neighborhood, but the fear lingers. Lisa and I talk about moving, about starting fresh somewhere else. But running won't solve this. We have to face it head on. Weeks pass, and there's no sign of Mark. I start to relax, thinking maybe he's given up. But then one evening, I receive an envelope in the mail. Inside is a photo of Emma playing in the yard, a chilling reminder that Mark is still out there, watching. I show the photo to Lisa, and we both know what we have to do. We can't live in fear. We need to take control. I contact John, asking for his help one last time. We need to find Mark, I say, my voice firm, before he finds us. John agrees and the hunt begins. He taps into his network, following leads and tracking Mark's movements. It's a race against time, each day bringing us closer to a final confrontation. One night, John calls with a lead. "I've got him," he says, "an old warehouse on the outskirts of town." I grab my gun and head out, my mind focused on one thing, ending this once and for all. I arrive at the warehouse, the place dark and foreboding. I move silently, my senses on high alert. Inside, I find Mark, sitting at a table, a gun in his hand. He looks up, surprised but not afraid. "You're persistent," he says, a twisted smile on his face. "This ends now," I say, my voice cold. "No more games." He laughs, a bitter sound. "You think you've won? This is just the beginning." We circle each other, the tension thick. "You destroyed my life," he says, his voice venomous. "Now I'll destroy yours." He raises his gun, but I'm faster. I fire, the shot echoing through the empty space. Mark falls, clutching his shoulder, the gun skidding across the floor. I move closer, keeping my gun trained on him. "It's over," I say, my voice steady. "You've lost." He looks up at me, pain and hatred in his eyes. "You'll never be free of me," he spits. I shake my head. "I already am." I call the police and they arrive quickly, taking Mark into custody. As they lead him away, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. It's finally over. The nightmare is over. I return home, exhausted but relieved. Lisa's waiting, her face etched with worry. "Is it done?" she asks, and I nod. "It's done." She hugs me tightly, and I feel the tension drain from my body. We're safe. Finally safe. In the days that follow, we take steps to rebuild our sense of security. We reinforce the house, install more cameras, and work closely with the police to ensure Mark stays locked away. There's a sense of peace now, a calm after the storm. Emma continues to grow, her laughter filling the house with joy. Lisa and I find strength in each other, our bond unbreakable. We faced our demons and come out stronger. The future is ours, and we're ready to embrace it. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch watching the sunset, I reflect on the journey. The betrayal, the trial, the fear. It's been a long road, but one that's brought us closer, made us stronger. I look at Lisa, at our daughter playing in the yard, and feel a deep sense of gratitude. "We did it," I say, my voice filled with emotion. Lisa smiles, her eyes shining. "Yes, we did. And there's so much more to come." Her words resonate, a promise of the future. As the days turn into months, our life settles into a comfortable rhythm. We face the challenges together, finding strength in our partnership. Our daughter grows, and with her, our love and commitment deepen. It's a journey, a continuous process of growth and discovery. We make plans for the future, dreams of adventures and experiences to share. There's a sense of excitement, of anticipation for what's to come, and through it all, a recognition of the journey we've undertaken, the battles we've fought and won. In the quiet moments, I reflect on the past, the betrayal, the pain, the trial. It's a part of my story, a chapter that shaped me, but it's not the end. It's a beginning, a foundation for the life we're building. With Lisa by my side, I know we can face anything. We've proven our strength, our resilience, and as we move forward, we do so with a sense of purpose, a commitment to each other and to our daughter. The future is bright, filled with endless possibilities. Each day is a gift, a chance to create new memories, to build a life filled with love and happiness. And as we face the future together, I know that no matter what comes, we'll be ready, because we've faced the darkness and emerged into the light. We found our strength, our love, and our purpose. And that's a foundation that will carry us through anything. The journey from betrayal to redemption has been long and harrowing. As I sit on our porch, watching Emma play in the yard, I'm filled with a deep sense of gratitude. The worst is behind us, and we've emerged stronger. The future, once clouded by doubt and fear, now gleams with promise. Lisa joins me, handing me a cup of coffee. Her touch is a comforting anchor. We sit in silence, enjoying the calm. We've come a long way, I say, my voice tinged with wonder. She nods, her eyes reflecting the same sentiment. Yes, we have, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. We've faced our demons, and now it's time to build the life we've always dreamed of. We talk about our plans, our hopes. Travel is high on the list, showing Emma the world, experiencing new cultures, making memories that will last a lifetime. One evening after putting Emma to bed, Lisa and I sit down to a candlelit dinner. The atmosphere is intimate, charged with unspoken desire. As we share a meal, our conversation turns to the trials we've faced and the love that has sustained us. You've been my rock, I tell her, my voice husky with emotion. I don't know what I'd do without you. She smiles, a slow, seductive curve of her lips. And you've been my strength, she replies, reaching across the table to take my hand. The electricity between us is palpable, the bond we've forged unbreakable. After dinner, we move to the living room, the soft glow of the fireplace casting flickering shadows. Lisa sits beside me, her body warm and inviting. Our lips meet and the kiss deepens, a slow burn that ignites into a fierce, all-consuming fire. We lose ourselves in each other, the world outside fading into insignificance. In the aftermath, as we lie tangled in each other's arms, I feel a profound sense of peace. The past no longer holds power over us. We've reclaimed our lives, our love. We're free to chart our own course. The next morning, I wake with a sense of purpose. There's so much to do, so many possibilities to explore. Lisa and I decide to start a new project, a business we've always dreamed of. It's a leap of faith, but we're ready. Together, we're unstoppable. We throw ourselves into the venture, each step bringing us closer to our goal. The work is challenging, but the rewards are immense. We're building something tangible, a legacy for Emma, a testament to our resilience. As the business grows, so does our family. Lisa and I talk about having another child, expanding our circle of love. The thought excites us, fills us with hope. We're ready to embrace the future, whatever it holds. Life is not without its challenges. There are moments of doubt, of fear, but we face them head on, secure in the knowledge that we've already weathered the worst. Our love is our foundation, our guiding star. One evening, as we sit by the fire, Emma snuggled between us. I look at Lisa and see our future reflected in her eyes. It's bright, filled with promise. We've overcome so much, and there's so much more to come. We're going to be okay, I say, my voice firm. Lisa smiles, a look of pure love in her eyes. Yes, we are. As the days turn into years, our lives continue to evolve. Emma grows into a bright, inquisitive child, full of dreams and ambitions. We support her every step of the way, nurturing her spirit, encouraging her to reach for the stars. Our business flourishes, a testament to our hard work and dedication. It's more than just a livelihood. It's a symbol of our journey, our triumph over adversity. We take pride in what we've built, in the life we've created together. In quiet moments, I reflect on the path we've traveled, the betrayal, the pain, the fight for justice. It's all a part of our story, a chapter that has shaped who we are. But it doesn't define us. We are more than our past, more than our struggles. We are a family bound by love and resilience. We've faced the darkness and emerged into the light, stronger and more united than ever. The future is bright, filled with endless possibilities, and we're ready to embrace it together. As I watch Emma play, Lisa by my side, I feel a deep sense of peace. We've come full circle, from the depths of despair to the heights of joy. Our journey is far from over, but I know we can face anything, because we have each other and that's all we need. The sun sets, casting a golden glow over our home. I take Lisa's hand, feeling the warmth of her love. To the future, I say, lifting my glass in a toast. She smiles, her eyes shining with tears. To the future, she echoes. her voice full of promise. And as we stand there watching the stars come out, I know that we're ready. Ready to face whatever comes, to build a life filled with love and happiness. The journey has been long, but it's only just beginning. And with Lisa by my side, I can't wait to see where it takes us.